Peace and love to my beautiful tribe, to my beautiful family. Today we finna be exposing the food industry, the medical industry, what they really putting out here, what they really feeding us, how they killing us. And you know it's crazy because everybody talking about you know what I mean, us killing each other, you feel me, like gun violence, street violence, you know what I mean, stuff like that. But you know what I mean, how we dying off of that. But nobody want to talk about the medical industry. Nobody want to talk about the food industry killing us. They killing us on a mass scale. Like they're killing us more than we killing us. They killing us more than we killing us. And I feel like we mad at something that's smaller than this. You feel me? This is way bigger than what y'all going off on. You feel me? Like what majority of people like really focus on, that shit don't even matter. You know what I mean? It's bigger shit going on. It's bigger shit behind the painting. You know what I mean? That needs to be revealed. You know what I mean? That needs to, you know what I mean, come to light. You know what I mean? Because we think we dying. We think we mostly dying from each other, but that's not really true. These bitches is trying to kill us, bro. Like, these bitches is fucking trying to kill us, bro. And I just really want people to really see that. Like, you feel me? It's entities out here that you can't even see. Entities out here that you never even saw before. Or maybe you did see them before, but you ain't know who they was. You feel me? You ain't know who they was. You ain't recognize them. You don't know what they is. That's just out here to kill you, though. You feel me? And these entities, they come in many different forms. You know what I mean? They're this. I said this before, but these entities are like the new silent weapons. Okay, we're going through spiritual warfare right now, and the weapons are not guns, bombs, tanks. The weapons is energy, vibrations, and frequency. That's the new weapons right now. And right now, you know what I mean, one of the major weapons right now that's really killing us is food. Food could be the life of us or the death of us. And you know what I mean, for a majority of us, it's become the death of us, or it's becoming the death of us. You know what I mean, with this food. And the way how just food is programmed now, it's just completely reversed. Because you know what I mean, natural food in the wild, natural food that comes from the source, that comes from nature, won't do anything but provide for you. Alright, but the food that they're putting out nowadays is not providing at all. It's depleting you of everything. It's depleting you of life. You know what I mean? It's depleting you of life. It's depleting you of minerals. It's depleting you of nutrition. It's destroying you. And if this food that they're putting out isn't bringing you life, then it's gonna be the opposite. It's gonna bring you death. You feel me? It's yin yang. You know what I mean? When it comes to this food stuff, you know what I mean? You have natural and you have unnatural. You have processed. You have GMO. You feel me? And that's what they putting out here. And yeah. So one thing I wanted to talk about, though, I want to talk about these sugars. And you know what I mean, the chronic illnesses that we get from these sugars and why. So yeah, basically when it comes to sugars, there's different types of sugars, and there's different names for sugars. Alright, so you have fructose. Fructose is the sugar that comes from the fruit. Fructose and just sugar is two different things. They're not the same. Sugar is usually isolated from cane sugar, usually highly refined and bleached. It's nothing like the sugar in fruit. And when you consume both of them, you're gonna get different outcomes from both of them. But also, there's also sugars as well that's disguised in different names as well. They have so many names for sugar. Okay, you just gotta know. You know what I mean? What is what, and where do they come from? What source do they come from? And how they were processed is really important, because that will determine how it metabolizes within your body. You know what I mean? So definitely. So I'm gonna just give you an example real quick. A lot of people think like, yes, you can't eat a lot of fruits because then you'll get sick. It's too much. Because people think you can't eat a lot of fruits because, you know what I mean, it's too much sugar. You know, they don't want to get chronic illnesses like diabetes or something. But the thing about that, first of all, I have a question. When have you ever heard of anybody that ate fruit that got sick, that had diabetes, that had cancer from eating fruit? Or just straight up plants? When have you ever heard of that happening to anybody before? Never. I never. When? Because if that's the case, I should have type 2 right now or something. Like, you feel me? My pancreas will be destroyed. You feel me? Because I eat fruit like every day pretty much. You feel me? I eat fruit all the time. I'm perfectly fine. I'm perfectly thriving. You know what I mean? So that's proof. I can use myself as an example right now. You feel me? How fruit sugar and isolated refined white sugar are two completely different things. And I'm gonna just use this as an example. So right here I have a pineapple, right? And my question to the viewers, do you think that the white refined isolated sugar and the sugar in this is the same? Because if I cut open this pineapple right now, it's not finna be white Coke flakes coming out. You feel me? It's gonna be water. You feel me? Like, it's not, they're not the same. That's what I'm trying to say. They're not the same. You feel me? The same sugar, like, and also, like, when you consume this, you're not gonna be freaking doped out. Like, that other isolated sugar has you doped out. You feel me? Like, your dopamine receptors is just extremely just stimulated. That's why you feel so awake. That's why you feel so, you feel me, like shaky when you consume that sugar, because you feel me, it's like a chemical reaction when you consume that thing. When you consume that isolated sugar, it's really stimulating you neurologically, negatively stimulating you neurologically. You know what I mean? It's making you addicted. When you consume fructose from the fruits, it's impossible to be addicted. You can't be addicted to this. I can eat this pineapple. It don't matter how good it tastes. I'm not gonna be addicted to it though. You know what I mean? Fruit sugar can never make you like that. You know what I mean? Like, you ever notice about when you want to sweeten your dish, nobody says, yo, go get me the fruit sugar. You feel me? It's always that isolated chemical compound sugar. You feel me? Lab made sugar. So yeah, but they're also hiding sugar within other names as well, such as high fructose corn syrup. High fructose corn syrup, definitely start reading the ingredients to these foods that you're buying, so-called foods that you're buying, because it's extremely toxic chemicals that are killing you. And a lot of people think just because these foods don't instantly kill you in the same day, oh, it's okay. But no, it's not okay, because you are slowly dying. You are digging your graves with your forks and spoons. You feel me? When you consume these foods, you're digging your graves with your forks and spoons. That's what's happening. You feel me? And that's why it's crucial that you start reading the ingredients to your foods. A lot of these ingredients that's in the back of these labels, you cannot find them in your pantry nor the grocery stores. You can't find these ingredients in the grocery stores or your pantry. So it's like, what are you really eating? You know what I mean? And what are you feeding to the children? Especially the children. This is why the children, don't know how to. This is why the children don't listen. This is why they can't act right. This is why they're dehydrated. This is why they're malnourished. For this very reason. This sugar, man. This sugar is the death of us. You feel me? But yeah, I want to talk about high fructose corn syrup. They put that in like damn near everything. Like these commercial foods, really. You know what I mean? We need to stay away from the commercial foods. I want to say the brand names, but YouTube probably gonna say I'm bullying or something if I say the name of the brands. But yeah, certain cookies with the sandwich cookies, high fructose corn syrups, ketchups, the commercial ketchup, high fructose corn syrup, some of these mustards. What else? They put high fructose corn syrup in chips, high fructose corn syrup in these like muffins and cakes, donuts, stuff that pretty much stuff that's not even real, that we shouldn't really even be eating to begin with. But yeah, high fructose corn syrup is extremely toxic, extremely poisonous, to be feeding not only ourselves but to the children as well. I feel like, bro, like bro, the children, bro, like, bro, it's one thing, bro, like, please stop feeding it to the kids. Like, leave the kids alone. Get the kids some fruit. Get the kids some apples, man. Like, come on, man. Like, but yeah, so basically, high fructose corn syrup, is basically what it means. So, the high means that, okay, basically, high fructose corn syrup comes from corn, right? But the piece of the corn that it comes from, it's like dent corn, and the part of the corn that it comes from is not even edible. You can't eat it unless it goes through a refining process. So that's just say one thing right there. Like, you're eating something that it's not even edible unless it's refined. Anything that's refined, stay away from. Refined oils, refined sugars, you feel me? Stay away from anything that says refined or pasteurized. But yeah, so they highly refine it. The high in the high fructose corn syrup, the high means that the fructose is highly concentrated. So when it comes to plants, like, there's like a yin yang between the fructose and the glucose level. It's like they gotta have like a balance of fructose and glucose within the plant. And fructose and glucose are types of sugars, types of natural sugars, like non-isolated. I'm talking about non-isolated sugars within a plant. So basically, like, plants gotta have like a equal, like, balance, like a balance of fructose and glucose. And basically in high fructose corn syrup, the fructose is highly refined. So yeah, making it unbalanced and extremely toxic. You know what I mean? That's going against nature. You feel me? That's going against nature. And when you put that in your body, you're just being killed straight up. Like, that's it. There's no other way to put it. Like, these foods are killing you. We're dying. We are dying. You feel me? And yeah, that's what happens. But also, high fructose corn syrup, when you consume high fructose corn syrup, when you consume it, it's gonna instantly hit your liver. Your liver can't metabolize it. Like your other cells within your body, your liver is the one that has the most difficult time metabolizing it. So therefore, when you consume it, the high fructose corn syrup will enter your bloodstream, ultimately making your blood acidic. Also, it's gonna spike your blood. This is why people have diabetes right now. This is why people have diabetes right now. Them donuts, them cookies, that ketchup. You know what I mean? When you consume high fructose corn syrup, your blood sugars instantly spikes. You know what I mean? Your insulin instantly spikes. This is what's causing diabetes. And also, when high fructose corn syrup came out in like the 1970s, I think, like 1970s, and then like 10 years after that, I'm gonna give you some history. 10 years after high fructose corn syrup came out, when they created that shit in the lab, that's 10 years after that, diabetes doubled. Like the study they did 10 years after it, like, you can look this up, like 350 million people had was diagnosed with diabetes. And also diabetes, ever since high fructose corn syrup came out, diabetes just became the norm for children as well. Like, back in the days, diabetes was not normal, or was not usual, you know what I mean, for the youth to have. But now this shit is normal now, because they put it in everything. They put it in the candy, the sodas, the juices. You know what I mean? Stay away from the juices that's not even juice. If the juice says, your juice should say 100%, it should be 100% juice, not 1% juice, not 2%, 3% juice. Because what the heck is it then? Like, you feel me? Like, like the juice be saying grape juice, but it's like 2% grape. It says 2% grape juice. So how's it grape juice then? It's not even grape juice. It's more of, what is the 98% rest of it? You feel me? That's not real juice right there. You feel me? Make your own juice or something. But yeah, stuff like that. They put high fructose corn syrup in there too. You know what I mean? Start making your own foods and growing your own foods, making your own juices. You know what I mean? Because, you know what I mean? It's stuff like this. It's stuff like this that's just poisoning us. That's just deteriorating us. You know what I mean? And it's like, why do they gotta put that in there? Why they gotta put that in there? So yeah, nah. So high fructose corn syrup was something that they because at first, before high fructose corn syrup, it was sugar. But then they just wanted a cheap way, you feel me? A cheap way they could make more, you know what I mean, sugar, another sugar alternative, and that's what they came up with, high fructose corn syrup. Not only causes diabetes, but it also causes cancer. It's a carcinogen as well. So yeah, and there's many other types of sugars out here other than but definitely please stay away from high fructose corn syrup. And start reading the ingredients to your foods, you know what I mean? Like, start reading the ingredients to your foods. Know who the real killers are, you feel me? Like, know who the real killers are. You know what I mean? It's not, don't, you feel me, point the gun at your neighbor, you feel me? Like, it's way deeper than your neighbor, you feel me? Like, it's way deeper than what they tell you, you feel me? Because it's like the enemy could be disguised as an ally, you feel me? The one you think helping you really killing you, you feel me? The one you think helping you really killing you. And it's like a lot of people would rather choose the medical industry over nature, over what's natural. You know what I mean? A pill didn't come from the ground. You know what I mean? Isolated sugar. Sugar didn't naturally come isolated. You know what I mean? Fructose didn't naturally come isolated. But we letting them feed us. We need to stop letting them feed us. this trash because none of this stuff we could find in our pantries. All of this stuff came from the lab. Like, we really like lab rats out here. The way how we eating, the way how we feeding ourselves, how we feeding our children. And this is why we can't think straight. This is why our brain's so foggy. This is why we can't think. This is why we always mad. This is why we always got these cravings. You know what I mean? This is why we spending more money. Y'all be thinking y'all saving money when y'all eat garbage, but y'all not. Because y'all gonna keep coming back to the garbage. With these chemicals that's inside, it's making you addicted. And ultimately, you're just gonna keep coming back to the trash. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to, like, make fun of anybody's, like, food or what people eat or anything. You know what I mean? That's not really my goal, but it is garbage. It's garbage. It really is trash. It's not real. You know what I mean? Some of this stuff, it's just highly processed. It's highly processed, it's pasteurized. You know what I mean? Chemically abundant, lab-made GMO. It's not real. This is what I mean when I say it's trash. You know what I mean? And when you consume trash, you feel like trash. This is what's making us sick. You feel me? So yeah, I'm gonna definitely make a part 2 talking more about sugar. I definitely want to talk about dairy as well. Talk more about dairy. But yeah, if you found this information helpful, let me know by leaving a thumbs up. Also follow me on my socials as well. At Key the Deity. It's the same as my YouTube name. I'm gonna put it in the description. I'm gonna have some special things coming out. So definitely, and I also make more content on there as well. I make a lot of content on my IG. So yeah, definitely y'all can check me out on there as well. I put some great content out there. I'd love for y'all to see. But yeah, peace and love. Hope you found this informative. Let me know what you think in the comments. Peace.